Hello, my name is Jim Lupkin. I'm the host here at the Niche Network Speed Networking event, and I'm here with Derrell Stearns.
Hello.
So nice to meet you.
Here.
I love your shirt.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's jump right into this. So, Why do you do what you do?
Well, I'll start the story like this. I was a kid actor growing up, and I absolutely loved it. And I fell in love with theater. I won the National Young Playwrights Festival. I did everything theater. And then the year after college, I was selling computers at Radio Shack. And I was kind of like, what the heck is this? What the heck's going on? Now, that was 1994. There was no interwebs. There was no social media. There was none of that kind of stuff. So I did stand-up comedy a bit in the 90s all over, New York, New Jersey. But my agent told me, sorry, you're going to be a character actor. Now, that's usually the fat, chubby kid or the nerd. And at the time, I was still living with my mother, and I didn't have a girlfriend. So I said, I don't know. So it turns out I missed that Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio look. If I turn this way, some people say it's 1.2% resemblance. So in 1997, there's a little floppy disk. It's something called Comp USA. You can ask your parents what this is. It was called Comp USA, and it said HTML. Now, in 1997, in the Star Wars movie, Obi-Wan Kenobi says to R2-D2, plug in. He should be able to interpret the entire Imperial network. We knew that the internet was coming in 1977 in our wild sci-fi imaginations, but finally, it was here. So I studied HTML, got into website design, worked at a big software firm, hated the corporate environment, and then decided to go out and create the world's first ethical website design business in 2002. So my business is celebrating 22 years in business. That's the beginning. That's the beginning chapter. That's chapter one. Then I'll wait. What's your next question, sir?
So, why do you do what you do? You kind of took us down this journey. So now let me move into how do you do what you do for clients? Like, what's the process that you take people through?
Sure. So I threw away theater, right? And acting and directing and playwriting and all that. And then 15 years went by and the internet sped up and all of a sudden there's video. And people who are not actors, business people, are trying to make videos and they're not actors. They're not really very good at that, right? They can't convey a story. They're rambling. They're getting out their long PowerPoint presentations and it's just boring and nobody's paying any attention. So I started to subconsciously, all this theater background came up in me and I started to direct people in their video shoots. So I was working with a lady, Tanya Waring, who wrote the QVC copy for the My Pillow, because it's a crazy way to start. And I'm directing her and I'm telling her, slow down here and look at the camera like this. And I want you to say this line this way, because that just comes naturally to me. Like I'm an actor and a theater director. So she stopped me and she said, this is great. I need a theater director for my marketing. And I said, I haven't done theater in 35 years. What are you talking about? Then everything started to come into place. So Google bought YouTube. Okay, this is very important for SEO. The results with YouTube videos come up in search. So if you want to dominate search, go search for problem that you know how to solve and see if there's videos in the search results. If there's not for that exact question, we're going to hit a gold mine. So I met a young auto mechanic in 2016 named Saul, and he said, I want to be the #1 auto mechanic in the entire state of Colorado. That's where I used to live. And I said, okay, let's do it. So I made him a website with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 60 landing pages. Not one funnel. Sorry, Russell. Not one funnel. But 60 landing pages, one for each and every type of car that there is that you can drive. And this becomes something called long tail keywords or inbound marketing, which came out around 2010 when the guys invented HubSpot. And the guy came out with a book called Unmarketing. I know you probably know what all of this is, but the kids watching at home might need to get out some note cards. So he's got these 60 different landing pages. Marketing is two things, giving people hope and then proving that you can do it. People ask me, well, how good is this marketing going to do? And I say, well, how much of an expert are you in your field are you? And they go, well, what do you mean? I go, well, how good are you at what you do? Because all I'm going to do is extract all the content of you doing what you do best. So here's the difference between people. I'm 53. I don't know how old you are, the gentleman over here, but we in our generation think of marketing as advertising, right? Come on down to Joe's Pizzeria, $5 off and promo, and we'll give the kids an extra Coke for free, right? That's advertising. So we grew up with that. So when the social media came around and this idea of being social with media, like it just went over people's heads and they just thought, well, I'll just put my TV commercial on there. So marketing is two things: giving people hope and then proving that you can do it. Those are the only two things that you're doing on the internet. There's only two things you're doing ever in marketing. So the pages that say, I can fix a Mercedes, he's promising you he can fix a Mercedes, but then he proves it. So then we got all these videos of him fixing a Mercedes. So I take the videos, I transcribe them, I make them into articles. So I'm extracting the content and putting it out. And then there's this old-fashioned thing called books. I know the gentleman over here has never heard of them, but it's called books. They're organic. They're made of slices of like those tall wooden things. You see those trees? Yeah, books. So if you wrote the book on podcasting and running this speed networking and all these awesome things that you do, you wrote the book on it. If I flip to the back of the book, you would be using your jargon and it would say how many times you mentioned this word, right, on each page of this thing called a book. So that's what I'm doing with his videos is I'm transcribing them. And every time he says brakes, single plane brakes, carburetor, whatever, oil pan, I'm linking that word to another word to create an index of his own content. Now, Google's job is to give you the most authoritative answer on anything that you search for. So kids, be the most authoritative answer on all these different types of topics. So putting that all together, he started to clobber the market for luxury cars, because if you go to a Lamborghini dealership, your oil change costs you $300 because you get a little oil filter with the Lamborghini logo on it. Well, he showed you that Volkswagen Auto Group makes those parts and it's the same part number as a Volkswagen Jetta. So you want to pay $3.85 or $300. So he started to clobber all the luxury cars. Then I wanted him to go viral, okay? Now, usually viral video is like this guy over here trying to sing or like this guy over here trying to do opera. I mean, I don't think so, right? So that would go viral, but I wanted a business to go viral. I'm just driving. I'm just kidding with you. Okay, so I'm just kidding with you. I swear to God, he's a big guy. I don't want to piss him off. So anyway, I started research. Now, most people are doing content like Curious George. If you remember Curious George, the guy with the monkey, right? And he has this little paper boat and he made out of newspaper and he's putting it in a lake and he's hoping that someone sees it, right? We make all this content. Maybe we even hire a marketing company and they say, hey, we're going to put you in this color shirt. We're going to shave your head and we're going to do this stuff. And that's going to be your marketing. And you go, I guess, like, I don't know why. I don't understand. And they can't really even explain why because they just want some money. So I started researching what cars and trucks do people drive in Denver. Well, one's Subaru and they're safe. The other is Jeeps. If you search for the word Jeep, Google will even suggest the word Jeep death wobble, okay? Because there's a problem with suspension in the suspension geometry with Jeeps where they'll wobble and you can go through it and die. So here's a video with 7 million views on this problem. Here's a video with 600,000 views trying to solve this problem. So the problem is already viral. So I said to the kid, well, you need to do a video on this because it's an already viral problem. He said, I know all about it. It's just me, my clip-on microphone, a little phone. That's it. That's the equipment that I use. And not these big, puffy, gigantic. This must be a very expensive microphone. But anyway, I do it with a little phone. So we filmed him doing that, put that video out July 2016. It now has 199,000 views, 212 comments, and he made $7.9 million off that video. So what I say is you are a gift to the world and the world needs your gifts. Well, you can teach, know, and demonstrate that you're probably taking for granted, or there's an amazing story from your past or from your life that you probably don't remember. I pull that out from you in a process that I call Stern storming. And when COVID hit, this really started to work because I was flying around the country more during COVID than any other time in my life because I had to save these people's businesses. So we would make online courses. So not only would I make the online course, we'd film it in 90 seconds, but in 90 minutes, not 90 seconds. But we would also film 200 videos of someone talking about, let's say, curing their own cancer. That's Dr. Ruby.Academy. She figured out how to cure her own cancer. So then my team comes back. You're done. You're the star of the movie starring you, right? You go to the trailer. They make up the sets. They hire a kid that's a younger you. They do all the flashback scenes, 3 months. You're done. As an actor, you film the content, right? A year and a half later, the movie comes out. I go, well, if you know everything about your industry, why don't we just pull all that out of you in 2 days? So we filmed the 200 videos. My team goes to work putting them out, interlinking them, making them into viral posts on LinkedIn and all that. And you collect the client. Well, it was mini and at speed, so I went very fast and I sped through the whole darn
Yes.
3.5 hour workshop.
It was beautiful.
Yes.
It was absolutely beautiful. Let me ask you one final question.
Yes.
And the question is, why did you decide to come out to the speed networking event?
I just moved to Gilbert. I escaped Scottsdale barely, like with like only a couple cents in my wallet. Like it was very, very close. So I escaped down here and I met the Kiln. They love me. I'm starting to do classes here. They're going to sponsor some of my workshops here. So be looking out for that.
Okay.
And I just saw speed networking and marketing is 3 words, meet more people. Not enough people know about you and what you do. So any opportunity you get to go out and network in person is fabulous.
Love it. It's such a pleasure meeting you.
Awesome, guys. Bye.
Bye.